Happy summer, everyone. Let me tell you a bit about this course so that you know exactly what you're doing. So, once upon a time in the MIT program, we had an actual master's thesis that students wrote. When I started teaching here in the MIT program, that's what we did. And you would, in the fall, take a research methods class like you're doing now. In the spring, you would collect your data. And then in the summer course, right about now, you would be presenting your 50-page master's thesis to your classmates. And it was great fun until the EdTPA came along. We tried it for a couple of years with the EdTPA. So in spring, you had part-time or full-time student teaching, a master's thesis to write, do all the research and write, and the EdTPA. And it was killing people. It was absolutely impossible. So we did away with most of the research because the EdTPA was not going anywhere. So what's left is a little tiny bit of what once was this full research cycle. And what we're doing now is we're having you write the proposal portion. So this is key in understanding number one. You're not actually doing this research. I mean, you can if you want to, but that's not what's happening for this class. Instead, for this class is we're going to go through the proposal portion. Here's research I would do. Here's the basis for that research. Here's the lit review. Here's how I would do it. And that's as far as we're going to get. I wish it were otherwise, but choosing between the EdTPA and certification and this master's thesis, we went with the EdTPA. So what we have left is the proposal. So key understanding number one, you're not writing a full research paper. You're not doing the research. You're only writing the proposal and all of the steps that involves. Okay, key understanding number two, and I've gotten this email from a few people. So where do these observations come from? I mean, if we're generating a research question based on observations, is it the videos we took for the EdTPA? Are we supposed to be looking at our classrooms now? And I don't have a single answer to that question. So I'll give you a couple different options. It could be that you will look back in your mind and you think, I remember this incident that happened. And you could sort of do an observation in, retrospect, thinking back on it, with the understanding that memory does funny things, and you're probably interpreting, the memory and shaping the memory a little bit because you've already done the interpretive work. But you could certainly do that. If you still have access to a classroom, you could go look. I don't think many people are in that boat, though. And you could absolutely use your videos if you want to. What I had in mind was simply that you'd look back, sort of think back on the time you spent in the classroom, and you would base your research question on the collected observations you made in that time. One of the reasons why I'm not requiring you to do the DIGPA observation form is because of the difficulty of doing that in retrospect. That's hard to do. But I do want you to base your research question off of things you actually observed, questions that were actually raised, wonderings you actually had during your student teaching. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so two things. One, you're only writing the proposal, but not actually doing the full research. You're not going to conduct the research. And two, you're generating a question based on your collective experience, probably in the classroom, not based on a single observation. Although, if there is an exception to that, that's fine. I hope that helps. So anyways, that's my little introductory video just to spell that out. As always, I'm available via email. Stop by my office. Meet me for coffee. I would love to chat, see how it's going. Otherwise, I will see you all in July. Happy summer. Bye.